Well, it's time for an emergency stream because breaking news just dropped that the Mets are calling up their number one overall prospect, Francisco Alvarez. He's a catcher. If you don't know, if you're a Mets fan and you don't know this guy, I don't know what to tell you at this point. Number one overall prospect in all of baseball as well. Killing it in AAA this year, 20 years old. He's, well, we don't know. This guy could be a generational talent, and we're going to see him hopefully in Atlanta. We just got done with a stream for Weekly News Recap, and now this is an emergency stream. So extra content for everybody. Welcome to Mets Weekly, presented by Empire Sports Media. Let's talk about this one. Francisco Alvarez has been called up.
On 3-2, Vader. Swings and misses, strike three. He struck him out. 5 big pitchers combined for the second no-hitter in New York Mets history.
Wow. Okay. Just absolute craziness. You're the prospect guy. Give me your main takeaway from this off the top of your head. How do you feel?
Well, I'm not allowed to take a shower anymore because literally every time I take a shower, shit hits the fan. Starling Marte was a Met once I got out the shower. Eduardo Escobar, all those guys, literally. I had work. I showered 3 times that day, and there's 3 Mets, boom, those 3 signings. And now I hop in a shower, and I look at our group chat, and it says, I'm seeing a bunch of, decimal points. Tony's saying, I sent the tweet. I'm like, all right, let's see what this is. And it says, Sherman says Alvarez is calling up. And I'm looking, that's BS. I'm like, what photo? I look at the account. I'm like, that's Photoshop. And sure as shit, Francisco Alvarez is a New York Met and getting called up the biggest series of the year, pretty much on the NL East on the line.
Good luck,
they said, good luck, kid. Yeah, they're just saying, throwing you in the fire, similar to his buddy Brett Beatty. Big series in Atlanta, game 1. Your ass is making your big league debut. And I could not be happier. And this is probably the death in the coffin of Darren Ruff. And it soon could signal the end of James McChicken.
That would be too much joy for me, so I don't think that's going to happen. But other than that, we already know about Francisco Alvarez. If you're a Mets fan, you absolutely know who this guy is. The number one prospect in the system, number one overall prospect in all of the MLB. He's a catcher. He is built like a mini fridge. We have done multiple videos about him before. This is the guy, an international signing back in 2019, 2018, whatever.
Yep.
He was like the 14th, 13th overall international prospect. From what we've seen, especially from last year, from this year, this guy has an incredible amount of power. One of the biggest questions was, of course, his defense, and he has improved to being one of the best defensive catchers in all of the minor leagues this year. But from what we're seeing right now, considering at the moment they still have James McCann and Tomas Nido on the roster, so it's possible that he's only going to be the DH, and we all know that this guy can hit. We absolutely know that this guy can actually hit. He's not the biggest free swinger known to man. He can take his base. He's got some discipline. Sometimes he can be wild. But we're throwing this man into the fire, going into Atlanta, fighting for first place, fighting for the division, and the stakes have never been higher as of right now. And, we already knew that we were going to have a nervous panic attack going into this entire series in Atlanta. This was, winner takes all, winner takes the division. And now you add Francisco Alvarez onto the top of it, a 21-year-old phenomenon.
It's a big word.
Joining us on the biggest stage possible. Number one overall prospect, Francisco Alvarez. I don't know what to say at this point. It's incredible, but what I do know what to say to the stream, make sure to leave a like. Greatly appreciated. For those in here right now, for those just coming in, coming out, let us know what your opinions are in the chat below, or for those on the playback, let us know. What's going on, Christopher? Hope you're having a good day. How do you feel? How do you feel about this whole situation? Do you think Do you think he's in the lineup tomorrow? Do you think he's, pinch hit off the bench or whatever, eases him in, because we have so much time left in the season?
No, just he's Rocky's boy. Good luck. Atlanta first. You know what's going to happen. He's hitting a 3-run game-winning fat nuke off of Kenley Jansen tomorrow to win the game in the 9th inning. That's just what's going to happen. This kid's going to hit. He has amazing Twitter highlights. And we're big connoisseurs of Twitter highlights. He has amazing Twitter highlights, just like Mark Ventos and Brett Beatty and all other great minor league prospects. But yeah, this is going to be good luck, kid. You're taking Darren Ruff's job. Hit left-handed pitching, and he did that amazingly down in Syracuse and throughout his whole Double-A career. Is hit left-handed pitching. Good luck. Go do that. And yeah, you need to be productive because we're in the biggest series. We only have 6 games left. And those 3 games this week, starting your major league debut tomorrow, going to be against the Atlanta Braves. So good luck. That's pretty much it. They didn't want to make a trade at the deadline, and we hypothesized at the deadline, could he be the option to DH? And there was the Borgazzo reports, and we're like, we saw the he got the ankle injury scare. We're like, oh, he's done. Okay, he's done for the year. Then he comes back on a freaking mission, hitting like 362 like in the last 2 weeks, raging hot, hitting balls out of stadiums, and you're like, nice to see him, end the season strong, go into the offseason. He's not going to the Arizona Fall League this year. So you're like, okay, see you in spring training, Big Chicken sucks. And then literally, as I said, all right, a random day before the biggest series of the year, all right, come on down, Chungus. And we even said, Dom Smith's getting a locker, freaking Devin Marrero's getting a locker, Alvarez isn't getting a locker, so you're not going to see Francisco Alvarez. So guess what, Dom? You're losing your locker now. Francisco Alvarez is now going to be. Now the question is, who's going down? Because obviously Givens
Terrence
is
Gore.
No, he has a spot here.
Trevor May.
It's got to be position
Welly
player.
Rodriguez. James
No.
McCann. That'd be nice.
Do you DFA Nito? Because you're not going to
absolutely do not.
But that's the options. It's either him or send Ventos down.
I absolutely do not because I care about Jake, Max, and Bassett performing well.
That's why Alvarez is here. I don't care about it. You're going to have fat nukes now.
Yeah, you're going to take a 20-year-old catcher right behind
him. They've already caught him. They already love throwing to him. So, boom. Screw him. Nito, bye. I need offensive catcher.
I'm aware of that.
I need offensive catcher. Bye.
I'm aware of that, but I don't know if he's actually going to be catching.
He's not going to get. He's going to be full-time DH. But if he is, then that eradicates Tomas Nito and
next year. He'll definitely catch next year.
I mean, again,
Nathan, how you doing?
What's going on there? Unless, James McCann or Tomas Nito just breaks a toe, and then he has to play catcher, and then you can put Mark Vientos as a DH, and there you go. Fun bats. Fun lineup. But obviously, again, he's taking Darren Ruff's job.
Well,
dude,
yeah.
Are they going to have the balls to DFA?
Taking over. I think Sandy's taken over. That's what I think he's done. He's awoken because he saw Mark Vientos and he saw Francisco Alvarez, and he said, "Let's hit dingers, baby. Let's hit dingers."
Enough of this walking. Exactly. Enough of this walking in singles crap. We need some fat nukes, and you know what? Get the kids up here to fat nukes. So.
All I can say is that if he makes a full-on impression and is the superstar that he is claimed to be, as he was in the minors, all I can say is that it makes the lineup even more deeper than it is. And you can actually bat someone who's not the catcher ninth.
Well, yeah, we're gonna bat him third, right? Or right between Lindor and Alonso.
I'd say I think he'll be like
he's gonna hit eighth.
He'll hit
eighth. He's hitting eighth.
He's definitely hitting eighth.
Now, okay, here's an idea, which I don't know.
Nito will probably bat after him. But...
I was about to say, I'm thinking him as a catcher. If you put Alvarez in the 8th spot, I'm putting McNeil in the 9 hole. That's if he's catching.
I mean, he's not going to catch.
He's not going to catch. Excuse me. As of now.
I think. Don't expect him to be any savior.
I mean, but why not?
Yeah, true. Absolutely.
No,
true.
He's hitting 3 homers.
What
tomorrow.
I can tell you is that
he's better than
this is above the level of Beatty. This is above the level of Vientos. This is above the level.
This is Adley level. This is J-Rod Adley level.
This is like generational type of level of
like this isn't like
top tier of top tier.
This is savior level. Like this is what he is.
is it possible that he doesn't make a full-on immediate impact?
In fact, yes.
6 games to go. Yes,
Yep.
it's absolutely possible. Could they maybe have called him up
2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago?
2 weeks
Yes.
ago? Possibly. Is there a possibility that he could maybe buckle under pressure? I doubt he does because he's just got the game face on, but 20 years old, very young. He's a catcher. This is definitely high risk, high reward type of situation. That's what we're looking at right now. And again, I don't know about doing this right now, but he definitely can fill a need. We know he can fill a need. And that's something that we're looking for him to do. And that's it. And hopefully next year, when he's able to catch, James McCann dies.
And Tomas, they both die. Just both piss off. Just both of them piss off.
Tomas Nido stays.
No, Austin Hedges is the new backup catcher. Goodbye.
Tomas Nido is the ideal backup
I'd
catcher.
rather be up. I mean, yeah. No, this is, again, he's going to hit the game-winning 3-run homer in the ninth. That's what's going to happen. It's going to be 2-2 going into the ninth. Alvarez will come up against Kenley in the ninth. He's going to get one of them hanging sliders, and he's going to hit one into the fountain like Pete does. 3-run homer, Mets win tomorrow. It's going to happen. We're gonna Michael Harris.
How much do you want to
Harris.
bet? How much do you want to bet he gets here?
Yeah.
The corresponding move is made, and Darren Ruff is the starting DH tomorrow.
I will put a tweet bet if you want to do a tweet bet, because if he's up, he's going to play. And Buck's already said it. WFA, you're gonna be. What was his exact words? You're gonna be surprised who the DH was.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we can pop that up, but
I don't think you can get copyright. Doesn't WFAN own that?
No, probably not.
But besides the point,
probably isn't.
So the point is, Alvarez, if he's up, he's playing. He'll be the DH tomorrow. Darren Ruff is going to be sent to the abyss and never be seen from again, unless it's coming out of the bullpen, which that's the most production the Mets have gotten out of him is out of the bullpen. So, maybe we need we need some extra arms. There you go. Darren
That's
Ruff.
incredible. That really is incredible, man. I'm not gonna lie.
They actually admitted defeat and said, you know what, this Darren Ruff trades suck. We need to actually get.
They forced his hand. I mean, they forced a hand. He forced their hand, but should have gave Nick Dini a chance.
No. We're not going with 10-day contract players.
How you doing, man? Let's go Mets indeed.
It's just sad Beatty's hurt.
For those in here, make sure to leave a like.
But damn, having Beatty and Alvarez at like 8 and 9 all on it, man, that would have been nice.
Oof.
That would have been nice.
I think Vientos goes down.
I saw Resnick saying
either
like
Vientos or Ruff.
Yeah, let's see who they're going to value more. Who's been hotter lately? Vientos at least giving you better ABs versus lefties, but doesn't give you positional flexibility. Ruff doesn't give you outfield.
There's a lot of spotlight, though. There really is a lot of spotlight with this one.
It's the best, again, number one prospect in the game.
Biggest series of the year. You're 20 years old. You're playing a very tough position, but he probably will DH.
He's just DHing. He's not playing position. Just
go
hit fat nukes. Just go hit fat nukes. Okay.
It's so maybe we'll see. This is something. We're definitely pulling out all the stops for this series. So
just have all the boys ready to go. We're winning again. The NL East is over.
Call it Mauricio too.
No. Trade him. We trade him.
Dom Smith got passed up again.
Dom Smith getting passed over again. Oh wow.
No.
Oh man, I'm so sad that we don't get to see Dom Smith.
It's like we said in multiple videos and streams that it's over.
So stop saying his name. He's dead.
Stop saying his name. It's over.
He's not coming. It's over like the NL East.
He's just gonna vibe in the clubhouse. We know he's got a locker. He's just gonna, that's it. That's all he's gonna do. It's over.
He'll be the hype man. Exactly. He'll be the hype man in the dugout. And just
for those who have any questions, comments, concerns, let us know in the chat.
We'll stay on for like another 10.
Currently celebrating the call up of
Chungus.
The long-awaited, talented phenomenon, power.
Dude.
Power generational power god, Francisco
Chungus.
Alvarez, that was a great description.
That was amazing.
Has been called up to the major leagues. That's incredible. That is incredible. I didn't think it was going to happen. I'm going to tell you right now, I did not see this happening at all. I thought they were going to wait. It seems smart to wait, but you know what? They see something in him where they're like, okay, well, you can be the DH, you can hit. They probably should have done that since they didn't do anything at the deadline.
But, you know.
But you know what? He came back from injury like a few weeks ago, played the rest of the AAA, and he looked like he was in AA for the rest of that stretch. And that was basically the same way they evaluated Beatty. Beatty was in there for what, 6 days? AAA for 6 days? Called him up. So there you go. I guess they waited for the minor league season. Sandy Alderson, we have to remember, he said once he's able to hit AAA pitching, that's when he will be considered called up. He hit AAA pitching for the stretch that he came back. So that's something else. Dom still plans on hitting 25 homers this season. I mean, has he hit 25 homers in AAA? Because he might do that.
He's got
another part of a fun season.
Again,
absolutely.
Another good Twitter highlights guy, Dom Smith, every day. You know, hitting AAA pitching. You gotta love it. Those Twitter highlights were great. But again, Chungus is here. Chungus is hitting a fat nuke tomorrow. He's got to top his boy. You know, obviously, boy's Brett Beatty. First swing in the big leagues, got to be a homer. That's the benchmark now. He's got to go yard first swing in the big leagues in Atlanta. I wish it was against Charlie Morton.
He's got to top him first pitch. Remember, it was second pitch.
It was second pitch, first swing in the big league. He was gone. So now he's got to go first pitch he sees,
and it was
just
a
unloads.
He barely got it out.
But
right?
it was a high break.
He's a scrawny guy. He can't.
Well, I mean, yeah, he's not a mini fridge.
At the gym, little boy.
But, little, okay, 6'5", dude, little. Okay.
But okay, so Beatty comes back next year. We got Alvarez up here now. Conforto coming back, right?
No.
Vientos maybe off the bench. We don't know.
Aaron Judge and right. Crazy.
Aaron Judge, Shohei Ohtani in the rotation.
Oh, in the rotation and as a DH.
We're gonna have next DHs.
We're gonna have a lot of people. Yeah. Oh wait, I'm based.
A lot of people DHing.
But yeah, again, it makes tomorrow's game even more, and the whole series makes it even more entertaining. That hell, you're not gonna see Darren Ruff. So and at least tomorrow.
Fuck Darren Ruff for those right now watching. Let us know. Fuck Darren Ruff.
He had that one.
Was told he was getting a two-way player with Darren Ruff. I mean, in the bullpen,
he's better than Trevor May. Might be better than Drew Smith at times. So I don't know what his Sierra was in that relief appearance, but
bad because he's a position player.
Shut up. But again.
He didn't get a stuff grade, though, because he didn't have a minimum 50 pitches. I know Albert Pujols got one.
I'm so sad. So sad we didn't get a stuff grade for Darren Ruff. It's funny. Okay.
It is funny.
Is it, though? Or is it just stupid?
Numbers can be funny.
But, again, it just puts... If he does produce, it just continues to load this lineup. And, again, this is a tool to use against the Dodgers if you get to the NLCS.
They should have done this earlier, though.
I mean, yeah, of course. He should have been here when James McCann blew out his appendix. But,
Patrick Mazeika is the best, though.
But, yeah, you got to have friggin' pop-up master Amish Jew boy Patrick Mazeika have to be the catcher to call up, not friggin'... I forgot what the joke was. Amish country dude. But
the mix between...
The mayor of Amish country and something like that.
The mix between a garden gnome.
And an Amish
country. And the mayor of Amish country.
That
was what we had.
So, that's Patrick Mazeika. Now he's in AAA with the Giants. Probably going to become a 30 home run guy in San Francisco in their cheating lab. But, again, Chungus is here. You're going to have an actual bat. And this is more of a tool of, hey, if he can hit, it's better if you're going up against the Dodgers lefties in the NLCS. You can actually have a capable guy.
That is another thought. And I had this whole segment for those who missed it on our live show of our recap. I had 4 combinations of lineups without Marte and with Marte, stuff like that, because we don't know if Starling Marte is going to be there. because of the injury news that we've had. And now this just brings a whole different take to it, and we might have to do another type of thing for that.
And if he's allowed to play catcher, that's even more of a way to make a better lineup.
If he's going to catch, James McCann needs to be sent to the incinerator.
Both catchers can go to the incinerator equally.
Tomas Nido actually has value.
Does he? You could just sign Austin
James
Hedges
McCann
and have
doesn't.
the same value.
James McCann does not. So James McCann does not do anything. That's crazy.
He's a good person.
Isn't it insane how you pay $40 million for a guy to do nothing?
Todd Frazier, he's a good locker room guy. That's what we brought him in here for.
I don't care. I really don't care.
Hey, the boys like him. Pitchers don't.
I care about winning. I don't care about, he's great in the locker room. Like Brett Gardner, no one cares.
Hey, you said the same thing. Nito isn't that bad. McCann did a shadow role.
Yeah, exactly.
Again, they both can go.
Nito
picking between piss and shit, they both can go.
No, Nito is actually a really good defensive catcher.
And
he's a backup catcher. He's the ideal backup catcher.
You can buy
Austin Hedges.
You can just pay $1 million for Austin Hedges.
But since he has to platoon with James McCann, everybody thinks he's fucking terrible. No, it's because they're pushing to a limit that he's not able to do every fucking day.
Just go spend $1 million on
James
Austin
McCann has to be so fucking shit.
I'm just sick and tired of seeing
Tomas McCann not even in top 30 in any arm strength or any advanced metric possible this year. McCann in my ass.
I'm just sick and tired of
legitimately useless.
I mean, yeah, I'm not saying you're not wrong.
Waste of $40 million I have ever seen in my life. I have seen so many Knicks terrible contracts, right? I have seen.
Eddie Curry's kind of
I have seen through the Jason Bay. I have seen through all of these.
The John Roush.
I have seen the John Roush. I have seen the Jed Lowry.
You got nothing. McCann, you've gotten something out of McCann compared to Jed Lowry.
No, you didn't.
He had those couple home runs on stream. Couple of home runs in Arizona. A couple of home runs in Arizona. He's hit some fat nukes.
No one cares.
Hit him against the Braves. Remember he hit a clutch homer against the Braves?
$40 million. You got what you paid for.
Hey, okay. I thought about this.
I thought about it.
Okay,
Not to mention he's been so good. Shut up. Not to mention that he's been so good that he's going to get a raise next year.
Yeah, and here's the other thing we're going to need to realize. SMY was right. We're just saying James McCann's going to play in more playoff series than JT Realmuto does with the Phillies. So the Mets made the right decision. You know, who's going to be playing? Who's going to be playing the playoffs this year? Let's see who.
Okay. Who's going to be playing the playoffs here? Francisco Alvarez is going to be playing the playoffs.
And James McCann. They're both going to be playing. Somebody woke up from the nap excited. The dream is over.
It is.
James McCann is going to be sitting on the bench.
And we're talking about fucking James McCann.
Get him out of here.
They are. That's what they're doing. Can you just be happy and shoot?
Exactly. He can't.
No, they're not going to get rid of him because they're going to send down fucking what's his name?
No, I'm talking about next year. Forget about this year. I'm talking about for next year.
Sure? Are you sure?
Yes, I am.
I am never so sure with this team. Never. Absolutely not. What's going on, Frank?
Yeah, the man that's dreamed this day for how many years now?
Yeah, so I was literally in bed, sleeping, dreaming about Francisco Alvarez, and all of a sudden, I kind of wake up in the middle of the night. It happens. We get old. You got to go to the bathroom, whatever.
Of course, yeah.
I wake up and I see Francisco Alvarez been called up. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm not dreaming anymore. Is this day here already? And, of course, you knew. You knew as soon as earlier on our previous stream, we said, they're not going to call Alvarez. So, you'll see him in spring training. And then a couple hours later, here he is. So, I wasn't expecting to see that. I think he's going to be that DH, particularly against lefties. It's like, you know what? I mean, we said with Vientos he can't be worse than Ruff, and it's been pretty close. I mean, they're really duking it out for who's the worst. But
Vientos has at least been competitive up there.
And has been competitive and walked and has homered.
The hope with Alvarez is that, again, Be better than Ruff. Be better than Vientos. That's literally all we're asking. We're not asking for the world here. We just need a little bit of competence, I guess, on left-handed pitcher. That's all we're really asking for.
I just, you know,
There's
too much Cloud9 right now. What's going to happen, you know? This has to be the fact that someone's going to the injured list, right? Like Tyler
They
McGill
haven't said the
going
corresponding move yet, right?
Yeah, you're
They
not
have
going to see that
not,
until tomorrow.
which scares the
yeah.
living crap out of me.
Well, no, they did the same thing with Beatty. They're not going to make the decision until the game's like an hour before game time. They did the same thing with Brett. Like, you don't have to make a decision at 11:30 Eastern time. Like, it'll be it's either
decision right now,
it's either Vientos or Ruff. Those are the two options. They got to send the kid down, or they got to get rid of the old man.
I feel like it has to be Ruff. It has to, right? I hope
that's the decision. You know, the upside of Vientos.
Ruff and McCann.
McCann's not going.
Well, I don't think they want him to catch. I really don't.
No, they won't.
Unless it gets to an emergency. Well, like we always say, emergency.
Emergencies, Frank. I mean, gotta have it.
You know what? Here's the thing. At least Francisco called. Was it two? Jake starts at one max or two max?
No, two apiece. No, you got two apiece.
Yeah. So, like, I think I would hope that they kind of talked to Jake and Max about this, and that they like signed off on it. Like, yeah, we didn't mind throwing to him, and I think that Jake and Max are so good. Just catch the ball and throw it back to the pitcher. Just give Jake and Max some run support. They'll do the rest. I don't need amazing framing. I don't need all this craziness. I just need you to throw it back to the
Which he's good at now. He's really good at now.
Yeah, but I just need him to catch the ball and hit fat nukes. That's all I care about. Give me some runs.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know if it's more of a thing about Jacob, because Jake is coming off a really shitty start, which we never really thought we would ever say. But, like, here's the thing. What would frustrate me is probably them, and to be honest, he's so fucking useless. But if they were to send down Terrence Gore, the reason why that would piss me off is because we talked about how much limited space you have on that bench with Dom Smith and JD Davis, of how they weren't providing any versatility. What would you have? Vientos? You'd have Ruff? You'd have
Guillorme.
Or Guillorme, Nito.
Like you would have so many DH options on that bench when that happens.
Right.
Like, you can't even have anybody
not too many guys could play the field much.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's all bats.
What I mean. Yeah.
And hell, all these guys play every day.
Well,
so,
it's like I was gonna say, it's like we talked about earlier today, is that, I mean, who are you? These guys have to start every day. You have to start the same amount of guys. So it's like, what else are they going to do? You know what I mean? Like, they're not going to start anybody else. These are our guys. No one's getting at this point in the season. Nobody's getting any rest.
Nope.
I think Alvarez is so, like, he's good against right-handed pitching, that I just don't see him being that DH platoon with Vogelbach. Like, the only way that at that
point, put him on the plate, and that's why you should be behind the plate. And that's call him just let him be a hitter. If you put him behind the plate, it gives you the flexibility. It's still to DH, keep the DH position flexible. To Pete gets a day off and Chungus at first, or Chungus stays a DH, and Pete, it gives you the flexibility. He's not going to play behind the plate, but it's more valuable for him to be behind the plate.
If Marte ever comes back, and you could make and you have Alvarez catch. You make Escobar the DH, and you have Guillorme play third. And all of a sudden, this is a pretty complete team. You're getting really good defense. Escobar's swinging a good bat. You're actually going to get production. And who knows? If you have Alvarez, maybe you don't have to bat him ninth. All of a sudden, I don't know, McNeil ninth. Like, you can do some weird stuff now that you have that option.
Marte in the nine.
That completes the table-setting lineup. I mean, it really does.
So
it's power protection for Alonso when you look at it.
But what I don't get is, I said the same thing with Vientos, but if there was even consideration to call him up, why'd they wait so late?
I think if
it was even a thought, why didn't you just call him up earlier? Why are you giving him one game lead, Brave series? Like, you want to talk about avoiding the pressure? This is the most possible pressure. Why would you call him now? We could have used him to whoop the Marlins' ass and the Nationals and all these crap teams. Like, why?
I personally think the thought was that they would possibly call him up before he got hurt. Then he gets hurt.
And they wanted to see if he can hit.
He's been back for a little bit now.
He wasn't hitting well, though. And we do remember that Sandy Alderson talked about the fact that he needs to learn to hit AAA pitching. He was hitting AAA pitching towards the end of the season when he came back from injury.
Yeah, the shock value. It's just like, put the tag titles on Aaliyah.
Exactly. Service time manipulation.
Shut up. I hate you.
Service time manipulation. That's what we're looking at.
Oh yeah, now you can have
that already passed, didn't it?
Yeah, this is
deadline, all that stuff. Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be Beatty and Alvarez battling for Rookie of the Year next year.
There's so many different combinations that they could look at. We'll know what.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Imagine if Brett was healthy and hitting eighth and Alvarez ninth, or pick your poison at the bottom of the lineup.
Brett's not that good though.
Yeah. And
okay.
This is the third rookie. You know what I mean? We tried Beatty. He hit his home run first game. Then he struggled.
Timothy, I hope not, because Yachty's not that good of a hitter, man.
No, we want Wilson Contreras. We want Godley.
He's clutch against the Mets, but
the Mets, yeah.
Come on now. Was he still struggling with the curveball in the dirt or whatever? Was that his thing? He was every now and then getting the...
When he first got called up to AAA, he was fishing because he was just swinging at everything. He clined it up as he got more.
He was showing discipline while he was struggling.
And the thing about Alvarez that I also like is that we talk so much. Lineup is a bunch of the same hitters, guys out there trying to draw walks for accounts. He ain't here to draw walks. I mean, let's call it like it is. This man's here to swing the bat.
But he will if he has to.
If he has to.
No, say no to walks.
Say no to
other way around.
Just hit fat niggas.
I'm so sick of the walks and singles.
Just Vlad Guerrero, bro. Hit it off the freaking ground, hit out of the ballpark.
Not everyone. But listen,
Ferris wheel and hit people on the roller coaster.
See, Javi's able to do that and bust down the line for all of that. Chungus ain't running.
That man. That dude. Okay, yeah. If you've never seen this man run,
it's just
that's
all it is.
It's the high knees. This man
working.
Oh man.
Wow.
Well, that's not gonna happen. They'll get rid of McCann, but it won't be via trade. That is not.
Who wants him?
No one's taking it.
Especially,
I mean, okay.
Raise next year.
Any ball.
Oh man, dude sucks.
You could Zach Cozart him, and I mean that is you're gonna have to give up like a piece to move.
If that's the case, just cut him and just pay the money.
Yeah, that's the only way.
I'm to be honest.
Lose any more pieces?
Trying to, if I want to save money, and if nobody wants him, I'm just throwing him in front of the team bus.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Sorry. Listen, I'm very violent, but you know what? Who cares?
Man, it's just dying to get all of us
20 years old. Gonna be 21 in 2 months.
Good night, Chris. Good night. Good listen. LFGM. Wake up tomorrow to Francisco Alvarez
is more of a piazza.
I hope so. That's the hope.
I mean, I hope so, but it's like
he's Salvador Perez. What are we doing? We're Salvador Perez.
Yeah,
that's what he is.
Offensively, yeah, but similar swings too, but
it's the same person.
I mean, I got so much shit on Twitter talking about how the Piazza comparison was so lazy, but you know what? Whatever.
I mean, there's not many. The
god of all prospects in Keith Law was the one who said that he's like and I did not agree with it. But since I didn't agree with the prospect god, I got a lot of shit for it. But it's a very lazy comparison, if you think about it. Whoa, he's a catcher who can hit.
Mike Piazza.
I mean, there isn't a lot of like high home run hitting catchers though.
Salvi,
John Buck in April.
He doesn't have the same approach as Salvi though.
No,
Salvi's a loser. Salvi's a loser. He isn't. So
okay.
You guys set a record in Kansas City.
Yeah, exactly. That's a fucking bambo.
World Star, Gold
This guy
Glove,
actually doesn't.
World Series
doesn't mind
MVP.
walking.
I mean, like, what more do you want from him?
Alvarez doesn't
mind
mind walking.
What could he do?
When did he win World Series MVP?
He didn't win World Series, but he basically.
He
using
did.
pine tar.
Erasing that from memory.
Using pine tar.
Shut up.
Really more like Pudge, not Perez.
What?
I mean,
who?
Pudge?
We're talking Chungus and Pud. Oh,
I mean, Alvarez isn't that much taller than Ivan.
I mean, if we're just talking size, he's built like 100%.
What I initially heard before, like, he was in St. Lucie last year was Salvador Perez offensively and Will Smith defensively. That's what I heard as the ceilings.
That's fair.
Or the
Fair.
range. Like that's what I heard.
He's got good pop time and he's good framer, so that's all you need.
That's all we care about.
That's all you care about.
Can he block a ball? Can you do?
He can do it.
For when Carrasco starts all those change-ups and God knows where they're going.
God knows what the hell. Taiwan Walker.
Carrasco's the last guy I'm concerned of with Alvarez on the plate. Fucking Joely Rodriguez sailing one into the
auto slider. Good luck.
God, imagine
Edwin Diaz slider. Jesus, just the idea.
He has gotten better.
Actually, Edwin has. People don't give enough. I mean, this is completely off topic. People give Edwin a lot of shit for like command issues. Like when he started came in here, he has always had really good command of his slider. It's his fastball that gets away from him a lot.
Yeah, he could ride up.
He's got and you could still see it. Like he doesn't show as much confidence in.
If he has too much adrenaline, all of a sudden it could fly a little bit. Yeah. Look out! Watch your head. From the
arm slot he's coming from. I mean, he can get wild, but he's not as wild. I mean, he's got so much confidence now.
I mean, hopefully he's not catching Dayoka.
Oh boy! Well, I mean, he has catched it. I mean, he has to catch him. Dayoka.
Yeah, I mean, but does he want to?
He caught him.
Do I want? But I'm curious. We're curious. I mean, let's see if they even put him on play. It might just be strict DH.
He's going to strictly be a DH, barring a Nito or McCann.
But you never know.
Yeah. Again, emergencies.
The type of bat you put in your lineup every day if he's hot. Like that's the thing. Like he's just against lefties and this shit.
No, he's your DH.
I hope not.
And I want Vogelbach to still have a role on this team. That's the thing. Like, and that's the only thing that makes me think that they're actually going to let him catch.
Above the stadium. They like the Frank setup.
Where they like Vogelbach. They know that Darren Ruff is fucking terrible.
It's like Frank is recording this live at the O.co Coliseum. That's why there's nobody there.
Yeah.
So he's doing this live from the ballpark. That's why it's quiet.
You think they have stable seats there?
Fags. Just busting your ass. And there's probably
snakes.
There's
tons of seats that are like broken in that stadium.
100%.
Mess.
But
I mean, because we know, I mean, if you do put Alvarez at DH, there really isn't space for Vogelbach. I mean, who's he going to pitch? Unless, I mean, was Vogelbach pitching for the actual catchers?
Maybe.
That's basically it.
And then why put him?
And the thing is that if you do that and he gets on base, you're burning 3 players.
You can call me crazy, but he has caught them in multiple rehab starts.
Yes.
So I mean, they do have experience together,
and they've
all both of them have spoken very high on him.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, I think they sign off on it. But
possible.
So if Vogelbach had to pinch hit, you're losing the catchers. You got to replace him with a catcher. If Vogelbach gets on, you replace him with Terrence Gore. So it's like you burn 3 of your bench all at once. You're left with like your man Naquin for the rest of the game, and that's it.
Pretty much. And again, that's why he's more valuable behind the plate. But they're going to value the generational defender behind the plate and McChicken to play behind the plate, and he's just going to hit. That's how
Wrong.
Yeah, that's the guy that would be interesting is catching Bassett. Bassett's a tough one to catch with all those pitches.
All those damn pitches, all that junky throws. Like, all right, okay, you want this one, the fastest, slow one?
Signals would be tough.
Yeah.
That'd be a hard one for him to catch. I don't think that's going to happen. We don't have enough time for him to learn Bassett.
Yeah, he'd think, just the 2 you've caught before, and then just
Bassett likes Nito anyway. So everyone likes Nito.
We'll see.
I mean, except Taiwan Walker.
I didn't think Alvarez was going to get called up in the first place. So I'm never saying never on anything at this point.
Yeah, call it Matt Allen right now.
Right now he doesn't catch, but playoffs, who knows? Anything could happen. I mean, weird stuff could happen. And
again,
he could force their hand to the point where it's like, again, if Marte is back, he could force their hand. Like, we got to start my catcher. If we want to win, this gives us the best.
I'm fine with it. As from what I've heard, I like it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm fine with it.
He said he wants to make the big leagues in spring training, and he did it.
He did it.
Only 6 games left. He's a big league player now, so he's on the pension plan. But we're 40 minutes in. Any last thoughts, Frank, since you showed up late? Anything else you want to get out into the universe?
I can't believe I'm very excited, but I didn't think it was gonna happen tonight, but it did. So that was really wonderful. Well, I guess they were just waiting until the minor league season was over. I guess that was part of their line of thinking, but we'll see. I mean, I'm excited to see how they work him out. Definitely against lefties. Definitely against lefties. I mean, so question: they face Max Fried tomorrow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does Francisco Alvarez start DH tomorrow?
Yeah, and Buck's already said it because he did an interview with Tierney and what's it called, and he was it was Evan and they said whatever the hell Evan and Carlton
Mm-hmm.
So they were talking about like, oh, is it going to be Vientos or is it going to be Ruff tomorrow? Obviously, like I said, Fried, and he goes, oh, you'll be surprised who the guy at DH who the DH guy is going to be tomorrow. So he's pretty. So he knew
He might have a surprise. What did he say? He said something.
Somebody might have a surprise. You have to like wait for the surprise to see.
I can pop it on here, but
and then we'll head up out of here. It was interesting how he said it. He was like,
I wish I heard that earlier. I would have been all over it.
I
could have had the clickbait video up and ready
to go. But as we wait for that, again, we gotta wait and see. We already know. Like I said, he's gonna hit the game-winning throw and homer tomorrow. That's how it is gonna be. Game-winning throw and homer in the ninth inning off.
Let's just get copyrighted.
Let's get all this copyright claim.
Oh, it'd be great if you went and
y'all hear this?
Just fast forward it to where he says it's like
that's it. That might not be it. That could be something else.
Yeah, go it's like halfway. It's this clip. Go like halfway through when he actually said.
So tomorrow night, Max Fried, ace of the Braves. We mentioned it. Who's the right-handed DH tomorrow night?
Well, you have to wait and see, won't you?
It can't be Darren Ruff, right? I mean, it can't be. And no offense to him, I'm sure there's a big adjustment when you're traded. He's been awful.
Darren's down the hall. Let me get him down.
No, I mean, I tell him I would say respectfully.
If we were the copyright on the rest of it,
it'd be great if you went and got him, by the way. And I would say the same thing,
By the way,
Darren.
you think that's respectful?
Yes.
You know how good Darren is at what he does?
Yes, I do. That's why I like to trade at the time, but he hasn't hit here.
Yeah, that's true.
And you haven't played him. Like, I think over the last few days, you've shown that you've given Vientos an opportunity, which is right. I agree with you.
Well, I think you guys will it'll be revealed to you when the right time comes, what direction we're going to go.
In all seriousness about Ruff, because I like the trade, so I have to own that. Like, he crushes left-handed pitching. There's a reason why, as a fan, I was like, I love that deal. He's struggling. I'm sure being traded at the trade deadline, it's not easy. For you as a manager, when you make a decision on, all right, who am I putting out there in the lineup? He has a track record, which I do respect. And then you've got a kid in Vientos who's showing something. I see him at the plate, and there's been progress. I know he didn't have a hit last night. How do you make that decision between a kid who's at 25 plate appearances at the major league level and a guy who absolutely has a resume against left-handed pitching, but the reality is he hasn't hit over the last 2 months?
Well, it's tough. You can try to push the envelope and play Darren in right field and get them both in there, but, Darren's adequate out there, but he's not as good as some other people. Usually my tiebreaker is defense. Usually the tiebreaker is defending because that's usually what shows its head, but that's the beauty of baseball. You can't make the at-bat fall to your best hitter, and you can't make the ball be hit to your best defender. It's an ultimate team sport.
Stop it there.
You can if you pitch away from the
He legitimately is still defending that, saying, oh, yeah, Ruff is fine out there. Really? He's still saying that he's okay in the outfield. No.
He's the fourth dog. He's the fourth outfielder.
Fifth outfielder.
Fifth. How many times do I have to invite Darren Ruff to just be in the retirement home? I mean, how many more have I got to give
when the season's over, or when he's left off the playoff?
That doesn't do me any good.
His hands are just tied without Marte.
The damage now.
Then this is what Shunga again. He could be DFA tomorrow because it's either.
You know what's the best thing? He's not a rental. So at least the Mets got that.
At least he's got control for 2 years. Yeah, 2 years of control.
That was a Sandy masterclass. Not a rental.
If he was,
don't worry.
If he was a rental,
it's not a rental.
If he was a rental, they wouldn't have traded for him.
They would have traded for him. He would have got.
No.
He has not earned any respect as a Met. I don't care what you did in Korea. I don't care what you did in San Francisco. Playing the Mets in a different ball.
He's not going to go to the Hall of Fame.
He's not going to the Hall of Fame. He's not top 10. He's just not that good. But again, so we're at the 45-minute mark. You think you want to end it here? Because we got, again, one more sleep.
I think I got a good 6 hours left in me.
I mean, I'm probably not going to bed. I'm jacked up. Alvarez is making his debut tomorrow. If you weren't already hyped, now add Chungus in the mix.
No, I know Buck isn't gonna.
But
of
don't
course.
praise him as a good right fielder.
I get what Buck's doing. I just don't like it because I don't like Darren Ruff. So I understand what he's doing. He's not gonna outright say, "Yeah, he's terrible. I gotta get rid of him." Blah blah blah. I understand that. I'm not an idiot all the way, but still, the thing is that he plays him, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Wow. And I thought I didn't like Darren Ruff, but geez, I mean, I wouldn't even go that far.
I mean, he's a Make-A-Wish kid. You got to give him, his dream is to play a big league game. So you got to love Terrence Gore.
Yeah, only partially throw him under. Be like, yeah, he kind of sucks.
Kind of sucks, but
I wouldn't mind that.
But
we'll see, though. I
well-
mean, listen, actions speak louder than words. You can talk about Ruff in right field and his resume, whatever, but we'll see the playing time. If Alvarez is playing more than Ruff, if Vientos is playing more than Ruff, then that says all you need to say.
it's like have your players back in the interview, but then don't really care about them. Play the kids. It works for every team. Play the kids. And we all know Ruff is going to once they make the playoffs, he's going to have like his big moment in the playoffs. That's just what happens. He's going to head against the Braves or some. He's going to
do it on the Braves.
On the Braves, he's going to do and he'll do the chop while he's around the base.
He is a Brave. He is a freak.
He's going to be a Matt Adams.
Matt Adams, yes sir, big country. Let's go.
Turn Brave.
But yeah, we don't say this a lot, but for those watching, sub to the channel. That'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
Post notifications where you got content throughout the week will be a little bit more consistent. Probably in the postseason, off season, definitely got tons of stuff to do.
Yeah. And I have a video.
What are you doing up at this hour? I don't know what he's doing up at this hour.
Listen, Theo, when it's Francisco Alvarez, I'll wake up.
All right. Well,
there's very few things that can wake me up, and Francisco.
This is our second stream of the day. Hopefully, there's not a third, and some other, Mauricio gets called up or something.
Out of pocket.
Because I'm ready to, wind down and go to bed.
What if Dom Smith gets called up?
The only other emergency stream that I would do is if Michelle Margot took over for Steve Gelbs. Other than that, there'd be no more emergency streams for me.
Well, we have to emergency stream them when they win the World Series.
Well, no, I meant just for tonight. Just for tonight.
For tonight. Yeah. It's like if Michelle Margot walked out through that door. Definitely. So, all right, send us home, Tub.
I really hope so. That might go higher.
Like the stream. For those who are here, for those watching on playback, what's up? Francisco Alvarez has been called up. No corresponding move yet, but we will get that eventually. And that's pretty much it. Once again, playing the Braves tomorrow. Got Jake on the mound. You got Max on the mound for the game 2, and then Chris Bassett for game 3. The battle for the division. Then you got Francisco Alvarez's debut as well. To pile even more of the pressure on it, to make it even more of a show in Atlanta. It's win or go home. 6 games. 6 games to go. Not win or go home. Excuse me. Win or win never, basically. Yeah. Let's go take the East tomorrow, and that's it. EmpireSportsMedia.com for all your New York sports needs. Not just baseball. Follow all of us individually, including Tony, who is not with us right now, but was with us earlier.
Come on, Joe.
Yeah, it's enough. Yeah, enough. Hopefully somebody gets sent down that we don't like. That'd be cool. James McCann, you're done. Go fuck yourself. All right,
Come
we're
on,
done.
let's send her home.
LFGM. We'll see you guys next time.